Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another Monday motivational video, or I should say, welcome to Monday Motivation, because this is my first one. But basically, today I want to talk about an important matter, and I feel like people who are in my age bracket usually suffer from this, where it's like you always feel like you are not doing enough or you are a failure at between the ages of 18 to I'd say 29. You always feel like your life is never together, like you constantly just making mistakes, like you're not doing anything right. Family's on your back telling you to get a normal job, all of this here. And I experience it too. And this is basically, I just want to give you these tips that have helped me, because a few, I won't say a few years ago, but like 2 years ago, I was really not happy because I was just suffering in a dark place because I wasn't looking at what I had. So this is basically my words to you that comforted me, that got me out of that time, and this is what can help you from my side. Take me for example. I'm still playing amateur football at 21 years old. My business that I've started only has 2,500 followers. Only 2,500. Keep this in mind, because this is going to be referenced later on in the video. And I want you to hear this and to listen to this statement properly. I only have 2,500 followers. What does that tell you? You looking at, or if you look at it in that way, you're basically saying, oh, I only have this. And usually it's compared to someone else who has 5k, 10k, 20k, 500k, whatever. But basically, usually if you say I only have this, it means that you're comparing it to someone else's stuff. And that is the first step of getting in a negative frame of mind, is when you compare your stuff to someone else's. And I always used to look at it like, when I was first starting out A.Y.D, I was like, oh man, I only have 500 followers, and now look at this person, they've got 2,000, they've got 3,000. And then when you have 2,000, you're like, oh man, this person has 3,000 or 5,000. And then as you increase, you're always looking at, oh, this person has more than me. And in the end, there comes a time where you just gotta say, okay, enough is enough now. I just gotta look at what I have, stop looking at what other people have. And that is the first step, is basically look to what you have. Usually depression and negative thoughts come in when you look at what you don't have in relation to where you want to go. And happiness will always be there is if you look at what you do have, stuff that's actually there, because the stuff that you don't have doesn't exist. Like, I mean, I would love to be in a mansion right now, driving a Ferrari when I want to go have some coffee, but it doesn't exist. It's not there. But what I do have is a place where I do stay and a car that I do have that I can drive around, which tells you that instead of looking at what you don't have, the Ferrari and the mansion, look at what you do have, the car you do have, and the place you're actually staying at that exists, that you're staying in, because that is what's real and what actually matters. Other shit doesn't exist. So it's like, look at what you do have and what you can use in relation to where you want to go, and immediately you will be happier, because you're like, okay, I've got this, I've got that, I know what to do, I know where to go, instead of looking at like, oh, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that, because that just puts you in the state of, I don't have what I need, so I can't do anything, instead of just using what you do have to make a plan. The solution to overcoming, feeling like you're not doing enough in life, or you're not making it, or you thing isn't going where you want it to go, is instead of looking at the long term, you look at the short term stuff, because usually you become depressed when you look at what you have in relation to your long-term goal. So let's say I want to have 1 million followers and I look at I only have 2,500. Immediately depression sets in because you're like, oh, I don't have anything close to that million. Like long-term goals are exactly that. They longer term. Longer term goals are not going to be achieved tomorrow, and I feel like that's where a lot of young people get confused, and that's where they get depressed. Is they look at their longer goals in relation to their current situation, and immediately they become depressed because they seem so far away. So instead of doing that, look at your shorter term goals. Like look at it like, oh, I have 2,500 followers now. Last month I had 1,000. Last month I had 500. Last year I had 20. And when you look at that, you're like, it looks like the 2,500 followers you have looks like an achievement, not like it's short of something. Because that's what we need to look at. It's like with me in my football situation, I'm 21 playing amateur football, but I'm still playing football. I'm still going for it. I still have things going for me. I could play well one season and go up to a semi-pro club, and then I'm closer to my goal. That's how you need to look at it. Is like your current situation is where you're at, and if you look at your current situation to your long-term goals, it looks far away. That's why you just got to take it one day at a time. Look at your short-term, your daily achievements, your weekly achievements, because then it will seem like you have more tangible success. And that is not like, it's not like you're fooling yourself. It's actual success that we usually ignore because we don't have what we want. But we don't realize that what we have now is actually an achievement. And once we realize that, that's where we become happy. That's when we actually get some happiness and we're like, okay, I'm further, I'm closer to my goal. And that's how you have to correct your negative thinking patterns. Is like, you need to look at what you have currently as an achievement. The car I have, it's an achievement. The house I have is an achievement. The friends I have is an achievement. The girlfriend or boyfriend I have is an achievement. It's stuff like that. Look at what you have currently as your blessings. Be grateful for them and appreciate them because they are your achievements in life. It's often said that comparison is the thief of joy, and that is so true. It really is probably one of the most realest quotes you can find out right now. Is that especially in our generation, they call us millennials. Because of social media, it's got our minds so far that we think that we're not achieving what we have is not really an achievement, because we look on Instagram and we see a 20-year-old doing forex, driving a Ferrari, and we're like, yeah, but like, what am I doing? And when you look at it that way, it's like everyone's life moves at a certain pace. You're not behind anyone and you're not ahead of anyone. You're just in your own world. That's it. When you look at it that way, you actually realize like, that guy got his Ferrari at his time he was supposed to get it. You will get yours when you're meant to get it. Whether that's at 65, at 92, at 88, whatever. You will get what you want, but you have to just continue working for it. Comparing yourself to others is just wasting time that you could be using to improve on yourself and make yourself better. So stop the fucking comparison. It's just wasting time. Get that shit out of your head, move it on, and just focus on your own thing. Even if your goals aren't centered around social media and social media is making you unhappy, then just delete it and move on with your life. Because we don't realize those people's lives. We only see the good stuff, but we're not seeing all of the struggles they have to do. It's like when you look at musicians and professional footballers, we only see what we want to see. We only see them happy in training, but we don't see the daily struggles they go through, the hard work they have to put in, all of the hours they put in. We don't see all of that stuff. That's what I'm saying. Don't be fooled by Instagram and by social media. The life they're showing you isn't their full life. Everyone's lives have hard work, struggles, bad moments, but that is not shown. That's why don't compare yourself to anyone. You're just wasting your own time. Use that time that you use to compare yourself to people. Use that time to improve yourself. Focus on your own goals, because really, if you're not, then you're just wasting time. And on the closing notes, I just want to say, be grateful for the little things that you have, because that is what will make you happy. Because remember, big things are made up of the small little things that got you to that big thing. Don't ignore the small little moments. Those moments are the things that over time will define your life and your career. As a aspiring professional footballer, eating right, training hard, doing all of your mental work, all your tactical work, that stuff might seem like it's not doing anything, but you look at it in a year or 6 months and you'll see that it made a huge difference. That's what I'm saying. Count the little things, look at the things on the daily, live in the present moment, and you'll see that all of those little things that you do every single day will add up to a big thing eventually. And that's the best way you can live life. That's the way to achieve happiness, is to appreciate and be grateful for the small things. Your house, your family, your friends, the fact that you're actually going after your goals. All of that will lead you to happiness. And that's how you achieve your dreams, and that's how you become happy, by being grateful for all of the little things, and that over time will grow into bigger and better things.